to a new episode of City Connections. We're coming to you from the control room here at Greensboro Television Network. I'm your host, Jody Baumgartner. This month, we're going to take a look back at 2013 and revisit some of the stories we've covered over the past year. We'll take a look and see what's changed and see what we can expect for 2014. Now, it's been a very exciting year for the Greensboro Police Department with the opening of their new headquarters. Let's take a look back at a tour of the new facility and some clips from the grand opening.
Central Division, so the Central Patrol Division for the Police Department, is actually moving back to its geographical area of responsibility. Back in 2005, the Central Patrol Division, which was located at that time at the Melvin Municipal Office Building, actually moved out to the Kitchen Center located on South Elm Eugene Street, and since that time we have been outside of our area of responsibility and the citizens that we serve. The decision was made to use this building because it was centrally located in the downtown area. It gives us our own space to operate out of, but it also keeps us close to the other functions of city government that we interact with on a daily basis. It gives us plenty of room to grow as an organization. Currently, the basement houses our logistics section. The first floor houses our Central Patrol Division. It houses our Central Records Division and our Watch Operations Center and Telephone Response Unit. The second floor in the next phase of construction will house the Senior Administration, and that's the Chief's office and our Management Bureau. And then on the third floor, which is operational now, that is our IT section and our break room, gym facilities, and our shower and locker rooms for our employees. In the next phase of construction, the fourth floor will be completed to house our Criminal Investigations Division, and I think part of the fifth floor will be used for that as well. This building will become the face of the Greensboro Police Department. You'll see the signs uncovered outside identifying this as Greensboro's Police Department. So all citizens and needing to conduct business, for the most part with the department, will come to this facility. This is a different configuration than what we see in a lot of our satellite facilities. We're all located on one floor. With me being the commanding officer, I can step out of my office and I can see the entire work area. It gives me the ability to interact more with the employees. They have an opportunity to interact with me. I think it'll go a long way to build the camaraderie within the division, and it seems to me to be a lot of excitement about finally getting in and becoming operational within the building.
It is indeed an honor to have you all here in our home, our new home. Built in 1955, but our new home. It's an exciting time for this police department, and an exciting time for me as the chief of the department.
I'm delighted that the General Services Administration saw fit to make this transaction to the City of Greensboro for the benefit of the Greensboro Police Department.
I want to say to the residents that there was a very thoughtful plan in terms of seeking out this building and what police would like to do in serving you. And then over the long term, that there is a public safety vision that we will remain committed to, and this building is a first step to that.
Along with the opening of the new headquarters, the department started using the Aquarium body camera for increased safety and efficiency. Let's take a look at the original story.
We call it a body cam. The technology behind it is we allow an officer to actually wear an audio-video recording system. It offers us a lot of opportunity that well, because of technology issues we didn't have in the past. It's a product called the Aquarium camera, and it's made by Taser International. Which is a leading-edge technology company for law enforcement. It's actually worn on the officer's person. There are several different positions in which it can be worn. It can be worn alongside of a set of glasses, so the perspective is on the side of the head. It can be worn on a bracket, which allows it to come around the collar. It can be worn on the epaulette. But regardless, it typically sees what the officer sees. We currently have 125 of these, and through our police foundation and the giving of some generous benefactors in the city and to the police foundation, we hope to double that to 250 Bodycams. And what that'll allow us to do is, by switching the cameras between officers, we should, by the end of the year, be able to deploy a camera on just about all of our uniformed officers when they're working. At the end of their shift, they will return it to its charging bay, which automatically uploads the digital technology to a cloud-based server through evidence.com. So it's actually stored at off-site. It's not even here. It's actually in another state. That increases security because it's redundant systems that allow it to be stored in multiple places, so if natural disasters, it wouldn't be lost. We looked at it across the nation of departments, large police departments, and we found that very quickly we don't need to record all the time. Number one, it creates a lot of data that we have to store, and of course that equates to dollars, and we want to be good stewards of the money. But because of the enormous amount of data related around video, it would strain any infrastructure within a city to keep it. My officers on average, on a busy evening, may do 25 to 30 calls of service. They may actually respond and do vehicle stops and a combination thereof of 30 or sometimes even more. So we would ask that every time that they take a police action, we know that those are the things that come into question. And we hope through having this audio video, we actually have the perspective of the officer, that we can better ascertain where we need to do a better job at times, or we need to communicate to our public. We believe that this will instow a level of confidence in the community and give us that opportunity to show exactly what we do and how situations unfold.
And now it's time for this month's fun fact. Try your best to guess the right answer. How many miles of trails does Greensboro Parks and Recreation maintain? A, 75 miles, B, 100 miles, or C, 80 miles? Stick around to see if you guess the correct answer. This summer, the Greensboro Science Center opened the new Aquarium to a record number of visitors. Let's take a look back at our visit to this exciting new attraction.
The Carolina Aquarium project really started in 2004 with our Science City USA vision, and I think some people in the community maybe thought we were a little crazy trying to introduce the concept of an aquarium in Greensboro, the first ever inland aquarium in North Carolina. But here we are standing in it today, and it's going to be a huge success for us, and it's going to be something that I think the community will be pleasantly surprised, not only in the sense that it's incredibly immersive, great animals, cool species, but also it's just phase one. This is the beginning. This is not the completion of something, this is the beginning of something, and we have two more large phases of expansion to go from here, including the renovation of our older museum and a pinnacle exhibit later down the road, just like this, for dealing with orangutans. So the future is now, and I think it's an amazing opportunity for the community. Most aquariums cost somewhere between $25 and $65 million. We had $10 million here. So what we did is we actually studied aquariums all around North America, East Coast primarily, and looked at what worked, what's tried and tested. We know that sharks are always going to be popular. Penguins are always going to be popular. But we also wanted to come up with some ways that were a little bit different. For example, we have Asiatic fishing cats here. Who would expect to see a cat in an aquarium? We thought it was a unique twist. But this is an extremely rare endangered animal that actually has figured out somewhere in time that there's food down in that water. We also have things that we know kids will love, sticking your arms in with stingrays. It's a little bit of everything in one large building that's going to set the stage for the future of this organization. This building is going to cost the Science Center an extra $1 million a year to operate. That's just the reality of it. Taking care of these sharks and that water quality is big dollars. So we are going up in price, but we told the community we'd be doing that. We're going up to $12.50 for an adult, $11.50 for children. Greensboro residents, because they supported the bond, get $1 off all of that. In addition to that, there's 10% off of memberships for Greensboro residents as well. You get to come to an aquarium, you get to go to a science museum, and you get to go to a zoological park all in one experience. We think that's unique. It's really the part of our vision that we think is so special, and we think is what it'll out-create, out-compel, and out-compete other museums around here. The best way to learn about us is our brand new website. Go to www.greensboroscience.org. Again, that's www.greensboroscience.org. As you know, we recently changed our name. Forever we've been the Natural Science Center of Greensboro. Now we're the Greensboro Science Center, so everything has changed. Our website has every bit of information you could possibly want. You'll have the opportunity to learn about show times, feeding times. We'll be doing behind-the-scenes tours in the aquarium. We have Omnisphere experiences. We have our brand new Meerkat musical show that's taking place in the main museum. Everything will be up on the website, and you'll be able to navigate your next visit. Well, back in 2009, an overwhelming vote took place. 61% of this community said yes to a bond referendum to build this magnificent new campus of science here in Greensboro. You know, we didn't really know how that was going to go. We were very nervous. It was the deepest, darkest point of the recession, but overwhelmingly we got the yes vote. And I just really want to thank the citizens of Greensboro for saying yes, for having the faith in us to build something extraordinary for this community. Now it's our turn to convince you that we can take it even to the next level from this point forward and do something extraordinary for every citizen in this community.
The Aquarium has been very successful since its opening, with 175,000 visitors in just 4.5 months. You can always follow us on Facebook, Twitter, or YouTube for any additional postings or special events and information offered through the city. And now, here's a look at upcoming events for the month of January 2014. It's time to find out the answer to this month's fun fact. The question was, how many miles of trails does Greensboro Parks and Recreation maintain? A, 75 miles, B, 100 miles, or C, 80 miles? The answer is C. Over 80 miles of trails are maintained by the Greensboro Parks and Recreation Department. Well, that's all the time we have for this month. I'm Jody Baumgartner, and to all of our viewers, have a safe and happy holiday season.